Here we are at Origins Wednesday morning. Just getting in. I'm gonna take a look around. The halls aren't open yet. See, many people are setting up booths, getting ready for the gaming hall to open at noon. Games. Looks like it might be a little bit bigger this year. As far as the convention has been split into 3 different sections. It used to be just the 2, with the exposition hall in one and the gaming hall in another. It's now been split into 3. This is gaming hall A. And it looks quite expansive. I'm sure there'll be events being run in here. I don't know if we're gonna see if we can't get into get through the expo area. The other connected areas. We'll take a look around. Board Game Geek is set up here in Gaming Hall A. Now we're going to head through the exhibition hall. Everybody's setting up and getting ready. Things are getting set up. This is what it looks like before it opens on Thursday morning at 10. This looks quite large still. This may be a little bit bigger than it was last year. It's kind of hard to tell with it being split between 3 different ways, but this may be a little bit bigger than it was. Everybody is definitely getting set up and ready to go. This is what it looks like before. Before everything is ready. It's quite large. I would have to say that it's probably larger than it was last year. I want to say maybe the whole thing might have ended at this point last year. Maybe not. If it's not larger, they're just doing it a different way is all. Okay, we're leaving the Expo Center and going into Gaming Hall C. It's definitely set up differently than it was last year and the year before. Checking out the different booths. There's the Dice Tower booth. You know, this might be the same area that it was in last year. It may be just rearranged is all. Differently than it was. But we're gonna head back outside. And hopefully this gives you a little bit of a look of how it looks before anything opens. A little bit of exclusive coverage that I can give you attending its press this year. And here we go. It's a little later in the afternoon. We just had some lunch. Coming down into Origins, and as you can see, the lines are still crazy. We'll be coming up on, I'm going to take you through the 2 gaming halls that are open today. This is the lines that are still, this is quite a bit shorter than it was because it was all the way up the hallway earlier. But it's still quite busy. Take you guys into the gaming hall A. There you go. And see Catalyst games right there. You can tell it's quite a bit busier than the earlier footage. Playing some BattleTech over here. Look at it. Dragonfire. It's like over this way we have Queen games that way, and over this way we have Ares games. Not sure what they're playing over here, but they're playing something. Ares Games has set up several, including Sword and Sorcery, This War of Mine, Master of the Galaxy, and the Last Friday. And we'll be back. Here at the Vallejo booth, I don't believe they had this last year, but they have events set up all week down here. And several of their airbrush paints and regular paints and terrain paints down here for sale. And back here, we have a giant tank that I'm just now noticing, and I don't know why it was just now. But yeah, there's a giant tank. I here stopped in front of a booth that they have all kinds of terrain, and it looks like it's some sort of tabletop miniatures airship game, it looks like anyway. And here, apparently, we're in Smurf Village. Oh, it actually is. There's going to be a Smurf battle. Over here, there are several Seamon games being demoed, including Zombicide Green Horde, Potion Explosion, the Panda, Dragon Castle I'm seeing. The Lorenzo Il Magnifico expansion, the Renaissance. Houses of the Renaissance. They have a Rising Sun table set up.
Players choose which square the abomination will go to.
The way the Panda looks very interesting.
So, you play size, you roll off the board and do the action points again.
House of the Rising Sun. Some Bloodborne. Let's take a look at Dragon Castle, see how that is.
Yeah, there's 1 and 2 points, right?
Add up all the points, everything.
And here is a demo of Dragon Castle set up. Not quite sure how that plays, but I think we're going to be finding out Friday morning. So a little tiled.
We're demoing it up there if you guys want to try it.
Several tables set up. Yeah. Several tables set up for Dragon Castle and many of the other Seamon games. Over here is a table for A Song of Ice and Fire, the tabletop miniatures game.
So certain effects might cause you to roll against your morale. They're very
We'll get a look at the minis for these.
On the right side of the card, you're going to see
Some of the horses.
Those are each unique, but they are going to have all the full rules.
Got a little terrain
You're
on
never
there.
going to reference anything else.
I think that's
like, you know,
probably not
your book
for
or
the
your
game.
rule book or anything. All the rules are going to be fully written on the effect and what it does.
Take a look at some of the cards.
So that's the basics of a uni card. And that's honestly the majority of what you're going to need to know. Next thing is we have a reference card.
And that is Song of Ice and Fire.
This is going to show you what
From Seamon Games.
in this game, you're going to get
Also have Zombicide Green Horde.
It takes 2 movement to move through it. So if you move in, it costs 1.
Something called Gizmos.
we played.
Alright, now we're back in Gaming Hall C. Have Mayday games set up. Cryptozoic and Gale Force 9, which we'll get a closer look at later. Coming up here on the left is the Dice Tower. And on the right is Atlas Games. And come around here. Atlas Games got some of their games out. Some of their smaller games. Looks like White Wizard. And then here we have White Wizard Games booth. And they have Star Realms, Hero Realms, Epic Card Game. And they push that stuff pretty good each year. I know there was a Star Realms Kickstarter at some point in time last year. And probably that's getting ready to ship out, or has shipped. One of the two. And there's not a whole lot open right now. The boardroom is huge this year. I remember the boardroom last year, and it was just a little. We'll go over here and take a look at this, and then we'll swing by Gale Force 9 and take a look at some of their stuff that they have. And this is the boardroom. and it's huge. It was nowhere near this size last year. So unless I don't know, unless it's roped off closer up in there. I don't know, but let's go take a look at Gale Force 9. And over here, they've got Tyrants of the Underdark, Doctor Who, some D&D materials. Looks like we have some bases for basing your minis that are a little bit different than the ones you can find in the box. D&D Collector Series. Around here, I believe, is the Ascendancy stuff. And they have a deal going on. Get everything that's out for $150. It's a good game. I've played it. They have Firefly Adventures, Firefly expansions as well. And it looks like they also have a hobby section with a Gale Force 9 tape measure. Ooh, let's see how much that is. I hope that's $6 and not $60. It's just a tape measure. But yeah, that looks like it. And then they've got some exclusive figures for Doctor Who and for Firefly Adventures. Hopefully I'll be able to corner one of them at some point in time. Battlefront, Battlefield, Terrain. And on this side, they have some different tabletop war game stuff. Over here is Cryptozoic. And one of their new releases, GKR Heavy Hitters. Core box for $162.
Tournament-wise, you have to check.
Alright. Take a look at some of Mayday Games stuff that they have on sale here at the they have stuff like Coconuts, Walk the Plank, Isle of Monster, Cahoots, 5 Seals of Magic, Voodoo, Viceroy, Macroscope.
Lots of very betting on it now. They don't flip that